cool, exciting feature here of broad reach that I'm sure you'll all love to use. So we are going to set up our own build your own e-learning course. So this might be something you'd use for like teaching people the markers or weather or a particular topic you just really want them to focus on, or that you find people might struggle around, and you can create a course for it and sell it. Now, it's got some pretty cool features in it. So I'm in here in courses. I'm going to go and click on add course. I'm going to show you how to set this up. I'm going to say Ayala Voyage. That's what I'm going to teach. I'm just going to choose a price, $49. Teaches Ayala Voyage. All right, delivery mode, online. I'm going to choose some of my categories that I want it to sit under if I'm filtering. And I'm going to skip all the syllabus. I'm going to say content source down here is Broad Reach Academy. So we're going to author the lessons in the app. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to skip everything else for now and say create course. Okay, now it's created that course there, $49. From there, I can go to the Academy and you'll see that course pops up in here. So let's jump in there and let's create a course. Let's create a module. We'll say Ayala A Voyage, maybe. I'll just create a module, leave the description for now, and I'll add a lesson and say Ayala A lateral markers. Let's focus on those. All right, I'm going to create that before I add a block just so it auto saves. It'll always save for me there now. I'm going to go here and click add block. I'll just show you a couple of these before I continue on. So text is text. You can put paragraphs, headings, all that kind of stuff. Give yourself bold, whatnot. You can put it in a YouTube video. You can grab an image online. You can kind of do a little call out. I'll do that in one of these and show you. Canvas is pretty cool. So you can put in a big canvas, create hubs and spokes, decisions, process steps, mind maps. Really good for like mapping out how you might plan for a passage, that kind of stuff. Then we've got a quiz. I'll put one of those in as well. You can attach files or PDFs. You can embed things. And I'm going to use these AI scenes and AI image because they're really cool. So let's start here. I'll just add a thing here that says in this lesson, we will learn about the Ayala A lateral markers. Let's just say that. Keep it simple. I'll add a call out here. I'll say tip. Pay attention to the top shapes of each marker. And then I might come in, I'm just going to find an image. Okay, so I've just searched Google for images. Obviously, you can use some of these. You do have to be careful, as to image rights and things when using images from Google, obviously. So, but I'll just show you one of the other things that we've got in here. I'm going to create my own image. All right, so we've got this AI image generator. I'm going to say, please create an image of Ayala A lateral markers marking the edges of a channel. Now, this is some tips here with using this AI stuff. So I'll say, please pay attention to the top shapes and make sure they are correct. And I'll say, if you put a vessel in, please ensure it's using the correct side of the channel. I'll say also make sure the channel is wide enough to be realistic. Okay, so image generation tends to like some more specific prompts. I'll generate this and pause. Okay, now I have an image of a couple of IALA A markers, lateral markers here. I did have to prompt this a couple of times. The first time it wasn't, they were too close to the foreground, and it was missing the top shapes being correct. So I prompted it a couple of times, and it's eventually kind of created an image that, is close enough to what we'd expect to see. So we do have that ability to refine. I might add a block above this and say a daytime view of IALA A markers. Oops. Okay, that'll do for now. And then we'll come down here and we'll say, let's do another heading here. I might even add a divider. And we'll do a IALA A lateral markers at night. And I'm going to use an AI scene for this. I'll show you how this works. So I'm going to say, please generate the IALA A lateral markers, marking a channel at night, schematic view, few markers on each side of the channel with different characteristics of lights, please. And let's say, yeah, let's go with that. We'll say generate, and I'll come back to this. Okay, so what it does next is it asks us to confirm this clarifies. So we want a schematic overhead diagram, IALA navigation channel showing port and starboard lateral markers, different light characteristics. Teach distinction between buoy types in light, colour and timing. Okay, should the light patterns be shown as animated cycles or static annotations next to each buoy? So let's say both animated cycles and also annotations, please. Let's say no other chart depths or contours are needed. This is about lights. And then from there we'll say, and we'll answer the last question, no need for any arrows or distance labels. Give us that's the questions that it's asked. Let's say, looks good, let's generate. Okay, and it's given us a bit of a look at the lateral markers at night. I've had to prompt it twice just to clean it up a second time, and it's taken in the first one and it's given us this. So we'll have a look at what this looks like in the app in a second. So let's, it's been saved. So I'll come back out here. Let's have a little look at what it looks like as a student. Yep, so there's our thing there, there's our header. Pay attention to the top shapes. Here's our lights flashing, the characteristics that they say they are there. And we can create any other types of animations and things that we like. I'll give you a look at this one, some Colregs. This is another AI scene here that created the different arcs of the lights and things like that. So from there, you'd obviously want to build this course out a little bit more, but I hope you can see how easy you can kind of create this and create the information that you would like to teach your students. So from there, I'm going to show you what you do to kind of embed something like this. Now, this is an online course, so we want to, we've chosen the IALA Voyage course. you're kind of going to buy this with a button and a form really. So come in here, I'm choosing that course. It's saying no dates available because it's an online course. So I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to choose the book now button, embed type. It's going to get me a button I can use. I'm not going to change anything. Let's get me a direct URL. I'm going to open that in a new window. So you can imagine you've got a course page and you've got that button on it somewhere, and it'll open this form to say, what they're buying. So I'll just quickly register for this now. I'll say I'm going to pay by credit card because I want access now. I've got a card surcharge set up in this example tenant, so it's going to charge that. Here we are. So we can jump in and I'll use a test card that we've got set up here. I could also use Google Pay and things like that, but for this one I will just use this and we will process that through. Okay, and we can see that's been successful. Confirmation as email has been sent. I'll show you what they look like. Okay, so I've got this email with a start course now that I've paid for it. I'm just going to copy this out to another window. And I'm just going to paste it in. And it's going to take me through to this course page. So we're in the customer portal here. Customers get directly logged in. If they've never set a password before, they'll be prompted to set one. In this dashboard, they can see all their courses. So you can see here, I've got a Colregs course, and I've just registered for this one. Any course packages that I've purchased and I need to redeem dates are in there as well. I can edit my profile, but I'll go through to the academy. Here's the courses, and here's the Ayala Voyage. So I'll go through. It's only got one lesson, so I'll just say start course. And you can see here everything we've put in the builder is all in here. We went pretty simple, so it's a lot simpler than it could be. You can see this example working down here. And I forgot to add a quiz, so I'm just going to go add that now and show you that. So let's go back into the academy. Click on that here. We'll go back into our course. We'll go and edit that lesson. And we'll come down here and we'll say, let's do a quiz. This will be let's separate this from this so they don't have the answers. So I'm going to set up another lesson. I'm going to call this Ayala A Voyage Quiz. Just going to say, we'll just do this one. So we'll say, what colour is the light on the green lateral marker at night? Let's just say white, green, red, right? And we don't want multiple answers, we just want one. We've got to check that there to say that that's the right answer. Say give it per choice feedback, say perfect, you're right. And we will say, we'll create that lesson. Okay, good. All right, we'll go back to the lesson here. I'll just refresh that. All right, so let's just jump back out. Yep, we've got two. We're going to start the course. Okay, I've read through that. That's what they look like. Top shapes, yeah, okay. Square, triangle, got it, square, triangle. Mark complete and continue. And here we go. What colour is the light in the green ladle marker? White. Oh, whoops. Green. Oh, now that should be working. Not sure why that is. What have I done wrong there? Let me go back to the course and have a look. Maybe I haven't saved it right. Okay, so that just hadn't quite saved correctly, so I'll just come back to the course. Here we are. Yep, I'm going to the quiz. So I'm going to say white. Wrong, it's given me what the correct answer is. You know, I can say green, check the answer. So this one's got infinite tries, but you can also do ones with a certain number of tries and pass marks. And that is how you make your own courses and sell them. So they're kind of like a really good margin way to create extra revenue for your business and teach your students deeper into the topics that you want to. Thank you.